Koko and Memphis have finally called it quits. This time, the breakup had been a civil breakup, which has gotten many wondering whether this is a skit or how long the two will keep up with the breakup. Let's get into how it went and what might have caused it. Koko came on the internet and announced how she was single and that her and Memphis had broken up. She basically started off by referring to Memphis's TikTok story nights before hers when he had been announcing how he had been single, which she affirmed, saying they were both single and that they decided to do co-parenting, which was the best option for both of them. She narrated that they had been talking about breaking up and sticking to co-parenting for about 2 months. However, she mentioned that it had been sad and she still has love for him no matter what and wants him to have a good relationship with their daughter no matter what, and so they figured this would be the best option for both of them. However, the plot twist here is that they were going to keep living in the same house together up until their lease is up, and that is in March. Then this is when they will be going their separate ways. She added that she hoped they could work things out in the future, but if it failed, then she would still be okay, as her priority at the moment is her daughter.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to come on here and address something. As you know, a few nights ago, Memphis posted on his TikTok story he was single. And it's true, we are both single and we decided that co-parenting is what's gonna be best for us and Lael. We've actually been talking about it for a little while now. I believe for the past 2 months we've been considering this option, and it's very sad. You know, I always have love for him no matter what. And you know, I always want him to have a good relationship with Lael. So if this is what's best for us, then so be it. We will still be living in the same house together until our lease is up in March, and then after that we'll be going our separate ways when it comes to our living situations. And you know, I just wanted to basically just come on here and address that because, you know, it's not really out there to the extent to where like, oh, everyone knows, but I have had a lot of people coming to me about, you know, him posting and stuff. And hopefully, you know, hopefully we could work things out in the future, but if not, that's fine.
Koko mentioned that it was going to be hard for her, and at this point she started crying while accepting the situation and saying it was what was best for their whole family.
Too, because I just want what's best for my daughter at the end of the day. And, you know, like I said, it's going to be really hard for me, but it's what's best for all of us. So yeah, that's all I just wanted to come on here and say. And I hope all of you have an amazing day. Love you. Bye.
And now this gets us thinking, do you really think this breakup will last them until March? It almost feels like they could get back together before even having to move out. And that is, if at all, this wasn't a money grab skit, given they haven't had lists of scandals going on lately. When she was told the reality in the comments, with one mentioning, saying you're single while staying together is not going to work, which was true because by the time they couldn't stay apart for long, even after having gone their separate ways in the past, how about now under the same roof? But she stood her ground on this, replying, he stays on the other side of the house and has his own room now. Do y'all think this is really going to work for these two? Can they really stay apart at least until the end of their lease? We can only wait and watch. However, this has been the least toxic breakup we have witnessed between the two, considering all their past breakups that have been very much scandalous and dramatic, where they both had to have flings toward each other and acting so immature with making serious allegations against each other. But the way Koko announced this, it was as though she was now in a place of healing and so done with the toxicity. However, we can't entirely count on this. Well, why? Well, given the way she somehow always ends up going back to him has been something beyond comprehension. And if the same pattern happens again, it would no longer be a surprise if at all they go back together. However, we hope they just don't. Koko really deserves better than Memphis. He's just better off a co-parent and nothing else to her. Let's not even forget the allegation of him having started dating Koko while she was a minor, as he was already a grown adult. This has so much to say about him as a person and his values.
People are saying that they split up because the whole Blueface situation, but I do not believe that that's why they broke up. She said that they have been talking about this for a while now, and they decided that it's best to just call it quits and just co-parent. Now, over the years, we have seen them break up, get back together, him cheat, she go back. So people don't believe that this is actually true, that she's gonna stay gone, but let's just keep it a buck, okay? Allegedly, Memphis was dating Koko when she was underage. He always makes comments about race when it comes to his daughter. That baby growing up in a possibly toxic household is not it. For the baby's sake, I loved to see them doing great together, seeming healthier than they have ever been. But that does not erase the past. At the end of the day, if she was underage and he was a grown-ass man dating her, that is freaking weird. Which means they are probably trauma bonded. So it's probably hard for her to see what's real and what's not.
Koko has also once exposed him for having relationships with underage girls during the times of their breakup. So basically, he's not even an ideal partner, yet Koko keeps going back to him as they have trauma bonded, and her low self-esteem makes her think Memphis is the one that can love her better, given she has no family. However, the amount of toxicity he brings into her life, and now that they have a child who doesn't deserve to be brought up in such a toxic environment, is exactly why they are better off as co-parents and not partners. Now, one of the reasons why people think these two might have broken up is because of Blueface. How Blueface enters the picture? This was after Koko posted a picture on IG, to which Blueface commented on, calling her a German Shepherd. He basically commented, "God damn, now that's a German Shepherd right there. DHS, the Lord is my shepherd. He know what I want." And then added a laughing emoji to lessen the intensity of his comment, but it did not do any less damage as he straight up showed interest in Koko. Meanwhile, she was still with Memphis. Memphis and Koko later went on live and addressed Blueface's comment. This was after Koko stood in front of the camera appreciating herself for looking good and also slightly twerking because of the comment. Her excitement couldn't be contained as she seemed way too happy that someone hyped her up and agreeing that yes, she was a German Shepherd.
Memphis speaks on Blueface wanting Koko, and it has me hollering.
I look good.
Yeah, she look good. I think he got
And
bigger
that's
problems.
clapping.
I think Blueface got bigger problems. I think he got bigger problems. Like it's the kid here. I think he got bigger problems. Like it's that kid here. Even you said that thing hit his kid, right?
Oh, I don't know. I think I saw something where it is his kid. Like a little paternity test.
She
But
tried to
then you
backtrack and said, "Oh, I don't know," but she was so happy saying, "Yes, I'm a German Shepherd." It really, Memphis looked like he low-key was mad. He was like, "Oh, you a German Shepherd?" And I felt like he kept trying to downplay her, but she was like low-key trying to make him jealous. Like, yeah, somebody else thinks I look good. And he was like, "Oh, yeah, of course, he's just getting out of jail. He's horny. The motherfucker's talking about dogs and stuff." It seemed like he was trying to keep his composure when she was in the camera saying that she was gonna make a song talking about she's a German Shepherd. But what took me out is when she was like, "Oh, I don't know." And Memphis was like, "Yeah, even you said it. You said it, right?" All jokes aside, though, the baby really does look like Ronnie. They're not lying.
Maybe she was just naive to realize that all of this was making Memphis jealous, or she indeed intended to make him jealous as she went on saying that she was to even write a song titled German Shepherd. Meanwhile, Memphis did not even try to hide his jealousy, but kept his composure while he called out Blueface for having bigger problems. He was definitely crashing out because of Koko's reaction to the compliment as he strained his point of calling him out for having bigger problems. Well, he went on to specify the bigger problems he meant and mentioned that these included his child, and then went on to ask Koko about what she knew was going on with Blueface's child. And here, she first pretended not to know, but later admitted that she had seen something going around about a paternity test of Blueface's child. Basically, Memphis was calling out Blueface for having problems of figuring out whether he was the father of Christian's son or not. Memphis was indirectly telling him to focus on his issues rather than throwing words of affirmation to Koko. Before this moment, the couple had seemed to be in a better place, at least for what we saw, with no drama whatsoever, and this topic about Blueface seemed to instigate something. It sure did something to Memphis, especially with how Koko chose to react to it. Koko also went on live to shed more about the situation. She first debunked the rumors that were starting up of people saying that she was going to now start hanging out with Blueface, which she said she wasn't going to do. When some accused her of lying for clout and money about the breakup simply because she wasn't crashing out like she always does, she denied this, saying she She had just gotten her paycheck and would not lie about the situation. She examined that this time she was only trying to be mature about the situation.
And I know a lot of people are like, oh, go hang out with that dude, but that was never my intention, and that's not going to happen. You must be low. I'm dead. I just got paid a $15,000 check 2 days ago, y'all. To stay humble. I am humble. I normally don't tell people, but one thing you're not going to do is call me broke when I got freaking money. One thing you're not going to do is accuse me of lying. Like, I came on here trying to be mature about everything. Y'all are just mad I'm not crashing out like I normally do. I'll let y'all know what was going on. No, it wasn't because of anybody. We've been talking about this for about 2 months now, but no, that situation didn't help. We actually was supposed to do it after this meeting. We were supposed to come online and say like, oh, we're just gonna co-parent, but we decided to do like one more chance, and it's not working. That's okay.
Well, if this is the case, then she has really matured. If this is how she's really handling a real breakup from Memphis. She also mentioned that their breakup hadn't been because of anyone. This was when the chat asked if it had been because of Blueface. She mentioned that their breakup was in the verge of happening as they had been talking about it for 2 months, and that the Blueface situation did not make it any better, however. She mentioned that even after giving their relationship another shot, it still failed to work out. Meanwhile, she was on live after she resorted to doing things to make herself feel better, like going out to get a few tattoos and a piercing on the other side of her nose, getting her nails done as well. She said she was doing all of this to give herself some personal time and doing things she loved doing.
Alright, you guys, so since it's been a little emotional for me this morning, I was like, you know what, I just need to get out the house, do a little me time, something that I've been wanting to do. Memphis said he'll watch Leo for me, and, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go get a tattoo, maybe even a few tattoos, and the other side of my nose pierced, because I've been wanting to do it for so long, and yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do today for myself. I'm gonna get some hand tattoos and a neck tattoo of Leo's name, and I'm really looking forward to that, because that's what I've been wanting for a while now. So yeah, let's go.
Here, she mentioned that she left their daughter with Memphis. So is this really happening? Are these signs that she's really moving on from all the drama and toxicity? Well, even Memphis was proud of Coco's reaction to the breakup. Memphis also talked about the breakup deeper, this time talking about how Koko had matured a lot and how he had been proud of her change. He mentioned that she was going to be fine with or without him. He explained that their house was big and so he was on the other side of the house, with each of them having different rooms. He mentioned that they still spend time together with their daughter. Memphis went on addressing the fact that people are not believing whether the breakup was real or not. He replied saying that people probably just wanted to see them crash out and screaming and turning the house upside down.
Give Koko time to heal. Give me time to heal. Give us time to heal. We're going to always be cool. We don't hold grudges or nothing like that. It ain't nothing like that. We're going to always be there for each other and support each other. So this is just for Lael. This is just so we won't be toxic around her, arguing around her. And take this as a lesson that just because y'all see people doing good online, take this as a lesson that it don't always mean that they doing good in real life. So if you see people looking perfect online 9 times out of 10, it's the totally opposite. But when it comes to folks like Flying Caleb, when you see that kind of stuff online, just know it's 10 times worse. Clock it. But, whatever I say and do going this day forward, don't tie it to Koko. She is a single, beautiful woman, single, beautiful mom. Whatever I do and say, don't tie it to her. Come and talk to me.
He also denied the allegations of the breakup being because of Blue, saying that the people should know better about how him and Koko have been toxic and going through a lot of things. He also mentioned that they had had a very big fight while on their vacation in Orlando, and so it also contributed to their decision to break up. So basically, Memphis swears that Blue had nothing to do with the breakup, but according to Koko, Blueface contributed to an extent. Probably he accelerated the breakup, as she mentioned that him getting to the picture did not help. So what do you think? Is this breakup for real this time? Does this very calm demeanor say a lot about this being real or not? Or just being a skit? Do you think having to live under the same roof will work out for the breakup? Shall we see Koko eventually hanging out with Blueface? What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments, like and subscribe to keep updated on more to come.